Hello out there, Heavy Monte here. Welcome to the Heavy Montes podcast and my comedy show. This is my morning show, America. Think that I need to come out and try to lift the spirits of the American people in the morning. America. Now, the Department of Justice came out and said that they are going to stop prosecuting people for hate speech. Well, if they start doing that, they're going to have to put most of their voters in jail. You see what I'm saying, America? Starting with Donald Trump. Donald Trump said that he hates, okay, the President of the United States said he hates Democrats. That should be enough for her to arrest him. She got the tape. You see what I'm saying, America? Now, Heavy Monty came out here this morning, and I thought about this at night. The Republican Party was based and created on hate speech. Huh? Because the Republican Party created a government, said it was the federal government, said that the federal government was in your business, doing all these things to you. When you know that's a lie, you barely see the federal government. You know what I'm saying? Only on tax time, time to pay your taxes. You see what I'm saying? Your federal taxes. So America, the Republican Party, starting off with Rush Limbaugh. You see what I'm saying? He said liberals were dogs, the worst people in the world. And the tapes exist. You see what I'm saying? So we have a history. If I was a trial lawyer, I could prove in civil court, that the Republican Party is a party made up of hate and they are domestic terrorists. But Donald Trump, you know, he was taught to be a criminal, they say, by people. He had people teaching him. You see what I'm saying? And they say that a good criminal always tell the people what they're going to do to you. Donald Trump told us everything he was going to do, and he's doing it. You see what I'm saying? He lied about that Project 2025. That was a big one, said he didn't know anything about it, and then hired all the people, who put uh, Project 2025 together and placed the creator of Project 2025, the architect, as head of the Office of Management and Budget, who control all the freaking money. You see what I'm saying? You know? So, and Donald Trump and the Republicans have not done anything that they said they were going to do to for America regarding the economy. So it's already a failed presidency. You see? So they're in the hole as far as that is to go, as far as that goes. So all they have left now is to further try to destroy our country. Now, everybody's going to talk about some common sense here. Now, in America, somebody come up to you and tell you that the federal government is no good, they're going to destroy your life, and they're doing all the stuff to you. And that didn't happen. Now you understand how important the federal government is. Won't you be angry? Won't you be angry? So you're going to be talking angry, especially these uh, Republicans. Now you can see that I have a softer tone this morning, and I'm not cussing, raising, the things I usually do. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I want everybody to know that we, liberals, so-called liberals, they say, media progressive, we can be cool. You understand? You know what I'm saying? We can just tell it like it is. And the Republican Party, they are domestic terrorists. January 6th, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, and as far as, hurting people, you know, 80% of the crimes against the American people, against our children, against our politicians, the assassinations and all this crap are done by them because they're a party of hate. So I want Pam Bondi to arrest Donald Trump for the hate crime thing he did. Speech. See what I'm saying? She's saying, you know, that anybody who's involved in hate speech, right? And that's hate speech. That's not an opinion. He didn't make an opinion. Like Harry Monte, I'm talking opinions, and I always hear and I repeat things I hear. You see what I'm trying to say, you know? But I'm saying to you right now, Donald Trump didn't do that. He directly said he hated us. Now, I want to say something to America here. The Republican Party has failed. Their congressmen are retiring at a very fast rate. They understand the writing's on the wall. And now we need to prepare. We need to prepare for what's going to happen next. Now, the Republican Party, and I want to say to the people out there who's attacked their government, you're a very small minority. You know, when the people unite, because we're gonna have MAGA haters. We have people that just hate. They don't know why they hate. I don't understand why you would hate the U.S. government. As much as it did to black people and hurt people, and some of my people got assassinated by the government. They said, you know, we know that we have to love this country, with its faults, with its goods, and with its bad, and work to improve the lives for everybody. But a Republican don't think that way. A Republican, I don't understand how you can stand around and you can see in a black man or a Hispanic man or a white woman or a gay woman nothing but love for that human being. And you should be proud to live in a country that gives you the right to be who and what you want to be, huh? To make the medical decisions for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not to take your religion and push it on somebody else and say that they should supposed to live like you. You know, Heavy Monte. Everybody tell you I'm a serious Christian. Tight with Jesus Christ. We tight. Best friends. But I don't be spreading that stuff. So I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy. You know what I'm trying to tell you? You know, if I am so confident that God exists, then I should just live the moral life, okay, and love people for who they are, not go around and beat them down because they're not like Heavy Monte, huh? But not a Republican, you know, not a Republican. You know, the Republican said to me, Heavy Monte, even though I know Donald Trump is the lowest form of humanity, in my opinion. He's just what I think the people said he is. I really think he probably raped those women. I really think that he probably did all these things. You see what I'm trying to say? But he's going to take us to the promised land. You see? But he destroyed the maggot church. You know? I don't understand how you can be a church and tell people not to love one another. I don't see, I don't get that, as a Christian, I used to see Sunday school, you know, Sunday school teacher, teaching children, you know what I'm saying, which was difficult, but I had fun, when I was in Italy, stationed in the military. The chaplain asked me to do it, and I did it for him, That's a proud part of my life. I really enjoyed it. So America, I just want to say that as far as country, we can look in the mirror now, and we can see who we do not want to be. And we do not want to be like the Republican Party and Donald Trump. We have two political parties here. You know, I'm a Democrat. You know, I'm asking everybody to join the Democratic Party. We're not perfect, but you as a Republican, you can come over and make us perfect. Because now you got a better understanding, of what your party is doing, destroying the government. And now, all of us, America, that we need our government. We need our government in times of floods, forest fires, natural disasters. We need our government to be there. We need our airplanes to be safe. Toxic, fumes coming into our airplanes are not safe. We need our press to be free to report the news, huh? And not hide things from us, safety things that affect our lives and our children and push us one way. We need to be able to read any damn book we want to read, America. You know what I'm saying? We need to be free. And the Republican Party is not offering that to us. So the Democratic Party is not perfect, but you work with the Democratic Party to make it perfect and provide the services that you need for your family. We damn sure ain't gonna be sending no tanks down through your neighborhoods or soldiers, you know what I'm saying? So, you have something to lose by not voting Democrat. That is democracy. That is your freedom. Yeah, your freedom of worship and all that stuff. You know, they're talking about, putting the Ten Commandments show back in the high schools. The church was sitting and said, hey, they want a statue outside. You know what I'm saying? You see, you have. They say you have a perfect union, huh? You have a country that came from, you know, from England. You know, these people say we want to be free. We don't want to be dealing with this king, King George. You know, Ben Franklin didn't like him. And I'm a big Ben Franklin fanatic. But I read all his books. But anyway, these people came over here and did all the stuff. Now I'm gonna tell you what. I don't agree with all the stuff they did. Now, you know, they did a bunch of bad stuff. They did a bunch of bad stuff. But even with all the bad stuff they did, you know, we won't exist. Okay, you see what I'm trying to tell you? The country won't exist. You know, they put it together. Some crooked shit went down. But I don't have time to worry about that shit. I'm trying to make it better for everybody. For the Indians, Trail of Tears, make it better. For black people who were slaves, make it better. For the Irish, make it better. Make it better for everybody. Everybody of faith, Muslims, Jews, Christians, and everybody. Huh? A perfect, perfect, perfect country. Eventually. You see? Huh? But you have some that don't want to do that. Why? I don't want to be with that person. Their religion stinks. You know what I'm saying? This person's too fat. This person's too skinny. This person's too gay. Nah. No matter what happens, those people are going to exist. You know, now Fox News, you know, state-run media, they talk about the homeless. They came out and said, now Pam Bondi, you got to arrest this guy. He said that they need to kill and euthanize all homeless people. Kill them, huh? Because they're bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, see, this is the Republican Party. This is state-run media. You see what I'm saying, America? That's what he said. And y'all listening to Fox, that's enough right there. Turn Fox News off. You know, Fox News has lost all its credibility. You know, and the FCC is coming out right now, I think is doing some stuff they aren't supposed to be doing. You know, and I need the FCC under the Democratic administration to get rid of Fox News. You know, they need to drag Fox News into the into hearings. You know, and they need to sit them down and they need to ask them these questions. Ask them all the criminal questions that they did, and ask them everything, just the things that are right now in the public record, like them lying, you know, saying that Trump won the election, saying the damn things that machine were rigged, telling people Donald Trump was a good man. Really? Huh? And jeopardizing their own self. Because if you don't have no country, you won't get paid, fools on Fox News. You see what I'm trying to say? Donald Trump will say, look, you guys are making too much damn money. Fire all y'all stupid ass. You see what, America? This is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with. So this is the Heavy Monte Morning Show. Get your coffee. Go out and have a great day. And please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel. And please share my channel. Now, we are approaching our 500, subscribers, right? And we've only been online for a few months. I would like to thanks to all my family and friends for supporting me. All my friends on Facebook, Instagram, and all my friends. I got a large community, a large following. All my friends on Blue Sky. So this is Heavy Monte for the Heavy Monte Morning Show. See you tomorrow morning. But today, we're going to be happy. Happy that we have exposed a criminal Republican Party. Have a great day, America. Please subscribe and share my channel.